Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this glitter no cut crease type of look. And y'all already know I love to jump straight into the video, so I'm starting this off by cleaning my client's face, and once that's finished I'm going to proceed to doing her eyebrows. As y'all can see, she has some nice beautiful full eyebrows, so it's not really much that I have to do as far as filling them in. I'm currently just outlining them, and to do so I'm using my Nicka K brow pencil, and this one is in the shade black brown. For the front of her eyebrows, I'm going in with another Nicka K brow pencil. This one is in the shade light brown. As you can see, I went ahead and extended the front. Now I'm just doing little hair-like strokes so it all blends together. Before I go in and clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with this clear eyelash glue, and I'm just going to apply this throughout her brow hairs to lay them down in place. And to mold them down, I'm using the spoolie end of my eyebrow pencil. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two concealers. One is from Nicka K and the other one is from e.l.f. and they're in the shades 07 and medium peach. First, I'm taking the e.l.f. concealer, which was in the shade medium peach, and I'm using this to clean up underneath her arch. To clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows, I'm going in with that Nicka K concealer. Now that both of her brows have been cleaned, I'm going in with my Morphe loose setting powder in the shade Banana, and I'm using it to lighten up the front and to set some of the concealer in place. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade White. For today's look, I'm going in with my Lick and Lash Spice palette, and the first shade that I'm taking is Rocky. It's like this plum shade, and I'm applying this to the outer edge of her eye. I'm going to focus this in her crease because I want it to be nice and deep. Now I'm going in with this red shade from the palette. It's in the color Garnier, and I'm taking it on this blending brush from Shop Miss A, and I'm just applying it on top of the first shade that we use. I'm going to be going back in with that first color that we used just to make sure that the edges are blended out nicely before we move on. Next, I'm going to be going in with this bright yellow shade. This actually came from my Morphe 35B palette. I wanted it to be a true yellow, so that's why I decided to take this shade. And I'm just applying it on top of the last shade that we used. And to do so, I'm using this Wet n Wild tapered blending brush. I mixed the red and the yellow shade together, and it created this pretty orange shade. So I'm just packing this on the edge of her lids using the same brush that I used to pack on the red. And now I'm just going back in with that plum shade to make sure the edges are blended out. Now I'm going back in with that yellow shade, and I'm packing it in front of the orange. Once I'm finished packing on my colors, I'm going in with this matte white eyeshadow, and I'm using it to set the inner corners of her eyes. And to do so, I'm just using this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I'm going to line her eyes using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and for this look I decided to go for a wing. I went ahead and finished up the other side off camera. Now I'm just evening them up before we move on. And I decided to go in with this glitter. This glitter comes from Mermaid Scales USA and it's in the shade Lava Bliss. And I'm just showing y'all how I apply my adhesive. I like to apply it first, then go in with whatever brush that I'm using to apply the glitter and just press it out. Now I'm just tapping the glitter on top of the adhesive. I didn't want this look to be too caked up with the glitter. I still wanted to be able to see the eyeshadows because we took our time on that blend, okay? We took our nice time on this blend. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't cover any of that up, but I still wanted the look to sparkle as well. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and cleaned and moisturized her face off camera. Now I'm just going in and priming her skin using calamine lotion, and I like to use this because it ensures that the face will stay matte all day and it creates a smooth canvas for you to work on, even though my client already has smooth skin. But now I'm going in with my damp Real Technique sponge and I'm using it to press this product out into her skin. For today's look, I'm only going to be going in with one foundation. This is my Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, and it's in the shade Warm Sun. And I'm just going to be applying this to her face using this flat synthetic brush. To blend out this foundation, I'm going in with this dense foundation brush and I'm just tapping it all into her skin. For anybody that's interested in knowing what brush I use, I recommend that you go watch my brush video after you watch this video. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer and it's in the shade 05. I'm going on top of that Nicka K concealer with one of my e.l.f. concealers, and this is the same shade that I used to clean up underneath her eyebrows. I'm going to be blending out the concealers using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation. I'm taking whatever excess concealer is left on my brush and I'm using it to clean up the edge of her wing. I'm going in with my Real Technique sponge and I'm using it to blend out the concealer underneath her eyes. To set the concealer in place, I'm going in with my Fit Me pressed powder and it's in the shade Pure Beige. I'm going on top of that Fit Me powder with my Morphe loose powder and it's in the shade Banana. To bronze up her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance contour palette in the level light to medium, and I'm just taking the sculpting shade and applying it to the high points of her face. I'm taking another Fit Me pressed powder in the shade Toffee and I'm using this to set the remaining areas of her face. I went ahead and lined about a quarter of her waterline. Now I'm going in with that plum shade and I'm just applying it to her lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with that foundation brush and I'm just using it to press in all of the powder. Now I'm just going to spray her face with some setting spray to lock it all in place. I'm gonna go in with lashes. I went ahead and cut these to fit her eyes off camera, so now I'm just applying them to her lash line. I'm gonna highlight her face using one of the highlighters from my Be Perfect Carnival XL palette. Last but not least, y'all, it's time to do these lips. So I'm going in with my Nicka K dark brown lip liner, and I'm using this to outline her lips. Y'all, I'm so excited. We almost at the grand reveal. This is one of my regular clients, and every time she comes, she gets a natural look, and she be fussing at me, y'all, because she say we never do anything with color. So for this look, I pop my stuff. Okay, I pop my stuff. But as y'all can see, I went ahead and outlined the whole perimeter of her lip. Now I'm going in with this lip gloss from OZ Lab, and it's in the color number 1. I'm gonna apply a generous amount to her bottom lip, and then I'm gonna have her rub her lips together to help me blend the lip gloss into the liner. Once I've blended out the lip gloss, I'm going to go back in and reline her lips. And once that's finished, we'll be getting into the grand reveal. So I'm going to let y'all watch.
Okay, you ready to see?
Yes. Okay, yeah. That's better. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, you look like a Barbie, Shaylin.
You always make me feel like that.
Okay, queens, that is the end of this video. As you can see by my client's reaction, this tutorial was another success. Okay, she said this is better, honey, this is better. We're jumping into the dramatic looks this year, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for it. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is your daily reminder to go follow me on Instagram, because my Instagram content is lit and they're always kept in the know. So if you would like to be in the know as well, make sure you click that link in the description box and follow me, queen. But this is the end of the video. Bye bye.